evening, good morning, good afternoon, good. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? How are you keeping? We are excited and honored to have you this evening. Thank you very much for joining us on Get It Right with Atara Solutions. This is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. My name is Grace Nzula. I'm an HR consultant with Atara Solutions, and I'm very, very excited to be here and to see you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Richard. I believe we had a lot of fun. I need to share some of the photos with. Oh no, I already did. You are looking very nice on Saturday. Please don't miss out on our next road trip. Huh? And then we have Catherine Sidandi. Catherine Sidandi is our sign language interpreter. She supports us in being inclusive, and we love having her around. And it's an honor, and we appreciate your work. And we thank you, Catherine, for the amazing job that you do. And we really actually missed you in Tufaha this weekend. We will give you an update on how it was, because we have just done the event for the year, but yeah, hold that. We shall be coming soon. So at this point in time, I see my good friend Saidi tuned in from US. Thank you, Saidi, for joining us. And Saidi, you owe me a cup of tea. And I see Alice from Uganda. I see Pauline Mwashigadi. Hey, Pauline, you've been gone for so long. Glad to be here after a long time. Welcome. And we have Hawa from Kampala as well. So thank you very much for joining us. I don't know where the Tanzanians are today, but yeah, we shall see them when they join us eventually. So at this point in time, allow me to welcome my good friend, Joseph Ajao. He's not new to this platform. I think he's been here before, and he's going to tell us more on global education. And he's also going to introduce his organization, Precision HR. I think he's done that before. I think the last time we were here, we were fighting over my hoodie. Ajal, I'm in Kampala next week. Please, I'm not carrying a sweater. Make arrangements. Thank you. Please come on.
Thank you very much, Grace. Your hoodie is secured. Good evening, East Africa. Good morning, the US, Canada, and good afternoon, Europe. It's good to come to you. I'm joining you from Entebbe, Uganda tonight. I'm home, and I'm here to talk to you as a parent. Today, I know I wear very many hats, but tonight I'm speaking as a father, as a parent. Have you yourself wanted to study and improve your knowledge and skills and competencies? And perhaps the courses and programs you're looking to find are not readily available in your locality, or maybe they are, but you want something extra, something more. Have you wanted your child to study overseas? Studying globally opens so many doors to diverse experiences, perspectives, and cultural exchanges between your children and those that they meet from other parts of the world. Plus, of course, it leads to academic excellence because of the rigor that's involved in there. So in this webinar, we're going to explore how to empower your children, your students, if you're a teacher, if you're an educator, with the right tools, guidance, and skills and mindset to greater success in international education. From choosing the right destination, a lot of you parents have seen you here from BSK. I see the chairperson of the British School of Kampala and some of her committee members of the Parent Staff Association. From choosing the right destination for your child, your daughter or son to go to adapting to new learning environments, the cultural shock, the winter. Okay, some of you children will be seeing winter for the very first time, or snow. Supporting them through mentorship, access to resources, and informed decision-making, both for you as a parent and for your child, is essential in shaping future-ready global citizens that can come back and work here in East Africa or stay in any part of the world and make a success for themselves. So tonight or today or this afternoon, we are helping you to shape that future, to answer a lot of the questions you've always asked, or you've always wondered about. And this is why we're here today. So I now wear the hat of the business partner. From speaking as a father and as an educator, I now speak as a business partner. Precision HR, which is my business, has partnered with TAI International Academy in Toronto, Canada. And this evening, we shall be hearing from one of the very many of such institutions of education that are in another part of the world. So my team at Precision HR in Kampala, alongside our partner in Kenya, Lorraine Osano, and our partner in Nigeria, Adekunle Woye, represent our interests across those borders. They represent the interests of Thai International Academy, found in Toronto, Canada. And on this call, you'll find out a lot more about the ladies and gentlemen who run these programs, who will be taking care of your children should they decide to go there either for the summer camp or to actually get admitted to the school. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to my dear sister Lorraine Osano.
Good evening from Nairobi. My name is Lorraine Osano. As Joseph Ajal has mentioned, I represent Thai in Nairobi under Precision HR. So we work together, but if you have any queries about Thai, I will be able to handle that. I work with Grace Macharia, who's also on the call, and together we will be able to respond, to coordinate, and to help you do your registrations to Thai once you settle for it. But it would be nice to hear what Thai has to say so that you'll give us work and we'll be ready to help you. And as mentioned, we work under Precision HR in East Africa. Over to you, back to you, Joe.
Thank you very much, Lorraine. I'm now very privileged and honored to invite our regional coordinator for student matters, that is Mr. Brian Abichandani. Brian is based in Toronto, Canada. He's at the school right now. Brian, please come through and let us know what you have to say.
Hello, everyone. As Joseph was saying, my name is Brian. I am one of the regional managers here at TAI as far as recruitment. And I would love to kind of talk to you about why you should pick an international school for your children. Now, again, I'm going to give examples of what TAI does best. But again, this kind of applies to if you are choosing the right school for your child, please have these things in mind. Okay. So the first thing that I think any parent should consider is safety, right? So when I talk about safety, what is the value of safety to every parent? It is the world, right? So I always kind of suggest Canada and in fact, Toronto, because again, Canada is one of the safest places to live, but Toronto is voted the #1 safest city in North America as far as any of the big cities. Another great fact about Toronto is the fact that most American companies treat Toronto as a big market city where they get to test out their products for their local markets. So we often see a lot of the products here first before they even get to New York. So it is one of those kind of markets where you get that big city feel, but you still feel safe. So you don't have to be worried about the New York safety, right? The Canadians are known for being very generous and for being very welcoming. So again, safety is a good choice. So always kind of consider that, right? The second, again, I am going to be talking about Canada a lot because I am from here and I am homegrown here in Toronto and I love the city. So another reason is make sure that the quality of education. Again, the quality of education in Canada is always voted as one of the top 3, right? So again, you're going to get that quality education here from Canada as well. Now, the one thing that TAI does differently from a lot of the other schools here in Canada is we have an international population. So we are truly, truly diverse. So when we recruit students, we're not just concentrating on one region of the world. We're really trying to get them from everywhere. In fact, we get our students from 30 different countries across the world currently, right? 20% of our student population is currently coming from Chinese-speaking countries and regions such as China, Taiwan, Macau, and Hong Kong. 20% from South Korea. So K-pop is very popular in our school. So if your kids love K-pop, again, another great choice. 18% from Vietnam, 10% from the Middle East, and currently we have about 5% from the African countries. The rest of our student population is made out of from the South American countries, along with other Asian countries I haven't mentioned, such as India, the Philippines, Macau, and we do have a few local students as well. So we truly are that international choice. Everyone talks about being a global citizen and learning other perspectives. What is the best way to learn that is to experience it by yourself through life learning, and you actually learn from your peers and not just from books or the internet. You get to interact with all these different perspectives every day here at Tai, and you get to learn more about yourself and who you are, right? So one of the reasons that, again, why are we different here at Tai? And again, something that parents should consider is that we are truly, truly an international school. What I mean by this is we don't have the traditional semester system, right? If you have the traditional semester system, usually the students are taking classes 5 months at a time, right? They take about 6 to 7 courses. And at the end of that semester, they take all those exams together, right? So they're studying for the exams through 1 week of preparation, right? Then they have 2 months off, then they start their semester again. Now, think about how constricting that is if you are trying to get to a university that's not from your home country, which means they have a different schedule. They may have to postpone their education for 6 months, 7 months, or even kind of change how their plans are. Here at Tai, we actually have revolutionized that system. We have 6 semesters a year where each semester is only 2 months long. The students actually get to focus in on their studies for those 2 months. They only take two subjects for the 2 semesters, which means at the end of that semester, they only have to focus in on 2 classes, which means in turn that they actually get better marks. Again, transitioning into the universities are more likely to take them because they have the better marks, right? Another thing that parents should be looking at is what else does this school offer, right? So not only is it, how do they get into university? What programs do they have? But what else does the school offer on top of that? Here at Tai, we really are focused on making sure that the students go into the right program after studying here at Tai. We have what's called the Background Improvement Course Series. And for this, we actually get one of the teachers from UFT to come over to our school to teach the students for 5 weeks about a major of their choice. For example, for UFT, we have business, medicine, and social sciences to make sure that the students are going into the program they want to go into. So it saves the parents the time and hassle from saying, hey, you should try this program in university and you should be studying for it. If they go into the first year of university and they're in the wrong program, they're not going to do well, and in fact, waste that the first 6 months of their career at the university and maybe have to switch, right? So what this program is gives them a taste of whether they should be in that program or not. Now, if they don't like the program, again, our semesters are only 2 months long. If they don't like the program that they're trying out, we can pivot them very quickly, unlike other schools. So if they're in the 5 semesters, in the 2 semester system, they have to wait 5 months before they can switch and change direction into what they want to go into university. Whereas our school, they can pivot very, very quickly and be able to kind of change careers. All right. It also, again, gives them that extra leg up because they have the confidence that they're going to be going into the right career. Now, this program has been so successful that our other students have asked, well, what about me? I want to do STEM, right? So we also partner with another university called McMaster University in Hamilton. And they're actually one of the top universities for STEM. So our students get to test out the STEM program as well. Now, again, that has been extremely popular as well. So we also partnered with one more university, and that's called OCAT, the number one visual
Ryan,
arts university. Yeah,
if I may disrupt your thought
sure.
process, people are asking, what is Tai?
Oh, so I do apologize. I thought we might have had a little bit of background on that. So Tai is actually an international high school in Canada, in Toronto, Canada. It stands for Toronto Academy of International Education. All right. So we have been in business since 1998. And again, a lot of the things you're hearing is because we've tested and, we've tried and tested and perfected this formula to ensure that the students get what they want. We always love providing options for our students. And this is why we have that 6 semester system, which is 2 month long, rather than having um, the traditional semester system. It really allows students to come from different parts of the world in order to come study without any wasted time, or at least they can choose. They can choose their breaks, right? They don't have to be tied into, I only take the summer off. it really gives them that power to choose and the parents to choose, right? So it's really empowering yourselves along with, the students to make the right choices. Now, again, as I was saying, we also partnered. If I may go back to my thought, it also allowed us to partner with the OCAD, Ontario Colleges of Art and Design, the number one visual arts school in Canada. So for their program, it's a little bit different. What they do is they actually help the student prepare their portfolio for whatever visual arts program they want to enter. One of the hottest things in Canada right now is animation. So we get a lot of our students trying to apply for Sheridan, and this program allows them to tailor their portfolio to make sure that they can get into Sheridan for that animation program. So we really have the different programs set up. So whatever the student wants to choose, we will get them to that destination. Now, of course, I can talk about this all day and it's not going to mean a thing unless I can prove it, right? So one of the biggest things that we do here at Taiyi is that we actually have 100% graduation rate where the students go to a post-secondary education. Okay, so that means all our graduates go to post-secondary education, whether it be in Canada or around the world. We've sent students to Australia, UK, Canada, US, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, around the world. And I mean that because the OSSD program, so that's the Ontario Secondary School Diploma that they earn from Taiyi, is world recognized. So if they graduate school from Canada, again, if they graduate from Ontario, Canada, they can go to anywhere they want to in the world. So we not only provide choices, but we give you choices for the future as well. All right. And that starts from day one. That comes down to you, parents, and the students that are listening out there. Just make sure that whatever you're doing and whatever you're starting, you have a goal, right? If you're taking high school, what is your goal? If you're taking university, what is your goal after? This is the entire point of this talk today. And I want to make sure that you have the choices and you have the power to make those choices. Okay. Now, I don't want to monopolize the time here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand it over to Ernest to talk a little bit more about why Taiyi is a good choice as well. Again, I'm just using Taiyi as an example, but these are the choices that you need to make as parents. And again, I can only speak from experience on, from when I was growing up and all the things that I would love to have as as my choices now. If I could go back in time and pick Tai, I would. I'm just being honest, right? So, in any case, let me hand it over to Ernest. Ernest, can you jump on, please?
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the mix-ups on some of the technical stuff. Again, I'm with Thai for some times, and in our school, one of our belief, we firmly believe that every student should have an equal opportunity. We have seen those students who commit to their excellency doing well in school, but we should not forget those students. Some of them may have faced some setback. We believe in a second chance. A lot of students came back. I have seen a student who's become an adult. Then they came into our school, and then he used 6 months to finish his diploma, and then now he's working for the government. A lot of these chances we have to promote. We have to encourage them. Do not give up. Believe in yourself and do not give up. In Canada, is one of the most diverse country in the world. We offer such a multicultural experience for every students. If you look at this diverse perspective and the chance to develop a global value. So I personally have seen a student who came in when he was 16 and a half, and within a year, not only achieving such an outstanding academic success, but at the same time, he grew into a very a young person, young adults in with confidence, become an independent uh, thinkers. And his appreciation for diversity and innovation, you can see that he actually bring himself to a level that most parents will be proud of him. As a parent or educator or a worker here, I think we all want to see our student, our child or our children excel in school and develop such a critical thinking, independent, and maturity to face the world, the ever evolving global stage. At Thai, we are committed to guide your children in, in this short time, let's say from a year to a year and a half, and then we not teaching them academically. We want him to grow into a young, mature adult so that he can face the reality. They can pick up the challenge and achieve the success on the global stage. Um, I'm I'm one of the student advisor. I have deal with student with so many different issue, obstacle, everything. I can tell you, my shoulders have have so many students came to me crying over me for 15 half hour and then call me in the middle of the night because some of the problem in school, some of the problem with the family, some of the obstacle with the teenagers problems. We always have to listen carefully to what they say. Sometimes we may not be able to find all the solution for them, but as a student growing up, then they need our guardians. We have to work with the parent together because as a student came over here, it's not just dropping your student here for school, get the marks we want, go to a good university. We want to help them to become a leader of the future, but we need the help from the parent. So as I can assure you, if your students are here, we'll be having a very close relationship with the parent because we need your help to make your children, to nurture your children into a successful leaders in the future. And as we see that in Canada, the government support higher education so much. They have so much funding, so much subsidies for university. As you can see, if we can see the same goal, education can break all the barrier. Since the pandemic COVID time, now we can see the regional barrier is no more, it doesn't exist anymore. But we have to work together for the better future of our children, for our students. And I will leave this time to our principal, Principal Sarah, since she will give you a little bit more information about our school.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Toronto, from Tai International Institute. I'm all ears right now to all the mothers and the fathers here. As Joseph also mentioned, I'm a mother and at the same time the principal. So I would like to pause first and let's see if the parents do have any questions.
We have quite a number.
Okay.
We have people asking about the minimum age for admission, especially for us here in Kenya, where an adult is considered 18, while in Canada, an adult is considered 16.
Brian, join in.
Sure. So yeah, so we're gonna tackle this together. So traditionally, um, throughout the years, Tai has been from grade 9 to grade 12. Okay, so that means that we are from basically from fifth. So 15 to 18 is the students that we would take, but we recently just opened up for grade 7 and grade 8 as well. So we have now dropped that by another 2 years. So honestly, if they wanted to come here at age 13, we would love to accept them, right? So
Okay. And somebody, Mwangi is asking, is it a boarding school or what arrangements do you have for the students whose parents live overseas? And then the other question is, do you have an online version for the classes for this program? That's from Bana
great,
Lule.
great
Yeah.
question. So
Yeah. So I'll start. Yeah, this is an absolutely a boarding school. We do have different types of residencies that later on I think it will be discussed, but we do have different types of residencies. The one that the students can acculturate is the homestay style, right? So they're living with the Canadian family mostly, and then they're learning eating and acculturating within the Canadian culture, pretty much closer to the school neighborhood as well. And then we do have two other styles. One is the hotel style, which some students would like that. And then we do have another residency. In most of our residency, we do have the supervision of like 24/7 student service and the guidance in person living with the students. So as a mother, I hear the parents. Yes, we do take care of your kids while even when they're not at school with us.
So yeah, so in short, we really have two options, which is they can stay at one of our student dorms or they can choose the homestay option. The student dorms are a little bit more expensive, but again, the homestay option is quite reasonable, and we assign them a family here in Canada as well. Again, we can discuss that if you have more questions, but I'm not sure if that this is the right time to discuss as far as pricing, because again, we just want to give you guys the options, right? There was a second question that you had
Online.
asked, Grace, if we offered it online. So we
Yes.
do offer these programs online as well. But again, if that is a choice that you want to do, we do have currently about 300 students worldwide who is not in on campus, and they are actually taking our program online. So we do offer it online as well. But again, I would highly suggest just kind of coming here and experiencing Canada for yourself, because nothing replaces experience, right? But it is there as well. Again, we're all about options, and it is there as well.
All right. And then there's what is the entry criteria?
So did you want me
Admission.
admission?
It's
Okay.
okay, go ahead.
So
Admission.
as far as admission, honestly, you do not have, as long as you've passed your courses, we can give you the equivalent as far as the credit system, right? So in order for a student to earn their OSSD, they need to have 30 credits, which means 30 subjects taken, okay, from grade 9 to grade 12. Now, if, for example, someone has finished their O levels, right? So if they've finished their O levels, they've actually completed up to grade 11, which means they only need 8 more credits. So we will actually give them 22 credits saying, hey, you've passed all this already. You only need 8 credits from Tayi to get your OSSD, which translates to only 8 months of schooling here at Tayi, 4 semesters. All right. So they can actually complete that. If they only need their final year, then they can go through. Again, if they finish grade 11th grade, they only need 1 year here at Tayi, as long as they've passed all their courses.
All right. And then what is how can I apply from Augustine?
Fantastic. So you know what? Why don't we let our partners in our partners for Precision HR to handle this? Because again, they'll be the ones that you will be discussing this with as far as this. Joseph, are you okay with that?
Yes. Thank you very
All right,
much, Brian.
excellent.
Thank you very much, Brian, and thank you very much, Principal Sarah, for helping us to shed more light on the pathway to global education, particularly in TAI, that's the Toronto Academy of International Education in Canada. So if you'd like to apply, we've held a series of seminars, meet and greets with parents on 29th of last month, which was March in Nairobi, Kenya, and also on 22nd in Uganda. And we also visited a couple of schools. We had British School of Kampala in Uganda. We had Galaxy International School. We've been having conversations with the International School of Uganda. We've been having conversations with Rainbow International School and a couple of other schools in the Kampala area. We've also visited a school in Nairobi. Lorraine will speak about that. And we are saying that if you'd like to apply for Uganda, if you live in Uganda, just write to info@precisionhr.co.ug. Because if you apply directly to the school and you're from East Africa, you will not benefit from the 8,500 Canadian dollars worth of scholarships that have been given to us to give to the East African students. So if you're a parent in Uganda or Kenya or Nigeria, you apply through Precision HR, automatically you get 8,500 Canadian dollars deducted off the school fees for your child, your son or daughter. So that's if you're in Kampala, you can write to info. If you're in Nairobi, Lorraine?
And Ajal, as Lorraine comes on, what if you're in Liberia? Because the person asking is in Liberia.
Yeah, the info@precisionhr.co.ug can be accessed globally. And if you're applying from Liberia, we can still, for the African students, we can still give you that benefit of the $8,500 worth of scholarships that you already have in your kitty. Then you only top up to that. So if you still write to Precision HR, we'll still make sure that you get it, whether you're from Liberia or from Rwanda or from Ghana or from Nigeria. For now, officially, we're in Uganda, Kenya, and Nigeria. But if any other African students come on board, we will still extend that scholarship to you. Lorraine, for Nairobi?
We could use the same so that we have a centralized email address, but we could also reach out to you. If you give us your address, we'll get back to you on that from Nairobi. And I think, as you mentioned, we were able to visit Kitengela International School when the team from Canada was here, and we also visited a tutorial center in Kilimani, the Kilimani campus, Kilimani Tutorial School. So feel free to reach out to us through Precision HR, and if not, you give us your address, we shall get back to you.
Just one last thing I want to add, just to make sure if you are applying, just make sure that you do have a copy of your passport, so the first page with your information and your biometrics, along with a copy of their transcript from grade 9 moving forward. So whatever grade they've completed, because that is part of the application process. And I did want to thank our partners from Precision HR to be able to provide that 8,500 as a scholarship to those coming in from Africa. So thank you so much, Precision HR, for that. Yeah. Can we also ask any more questions? Is there any more questions that we need to field?
Yes,
Yeah,
there
there's a
are.
question honest. I'd like to answer the lady. There's Mary Ethel, who is in Uganda, I believe. Mary Ethel is asking how easy it is for a student to transition from the local curriculum, which I believe is the national curriculum in Uganda, to a university in Canada or the UK or the US. Pretty easy. Very, very easy. Uganda is a country that uses English as its official language. Education in Uganda is all done in English, so it's quite easy. And then our education system, whether it's national, which is the UACE, the A-level certificate, or the UCE, which is the O-level certificate, or the international school, that is IGCSE, if you've been through international education, or IB, for those who are in the American side of international education, all these systems are recognized globally across the Commonwealth. They're all recognized. So it doesn't matter if your child is in S4, S5, S6 in Uganda, Form 4 in Kenya, Form 3, it doesn't matter. That would be grade 11, grade 12 in the international schools, which use the IB system, or year 13, year 11, 12, and 13, if you're in an international school, which uses the British system, which is either Pearson EdXL or Cambridge, one of the two, which all sit the IGCSE exam. So it sounds like a lot, but any of the parents on call who understands these systems would know I've touched all the three education systems: the national, the international British, and the international American, plus also ACE. The ACE system, you're all covered in there. Yeah.
All right. I think Ajal, maybe, I don't know whether it's Lorraine who does that. There's somebody who's saying, please back up a little. I understand, let's say my child is in government school, CBC, and I want him to join Tai High School after grade 9. Currently, they are taking 5 subjects. How do we go about it?
What we did is the transcripts for the last 3 years. That should be able to help us to ascertain, because we'll just go through that and then confirm if that works. So that would mean they're grade 6, 7, 8, and then 9 where they are, along with the passport, copy of the passport, and then we'll be able to give them an offer letter. So basically, it's transcripts is what will work for them.
Okay. And Brian, or is it Ernest? What's the difference with this system compared to Cambridge or IB?
Actually, if you are in O level or A level, actually it's totally compatible. Where, for example, when you finish your O level in grade 11 and grade 12, usually in Africa, you might take up to 2 years or a year and a half to finish the A level. But for us, it's grade 12 here. So as Brian had mentioned something, up to between 8 to 10 months, you should be able to finish the whole levels of A level. That
Yeah, it's good. Keep talking.
that you will get you ready to apply for university. Actually, as a matter of fact, this year a lot of our students going to UK this year, and then the second largest one will be in Australia, and a few of them is going to United States. But as a matter of expenses and cost of living, Canada is still one of the most diverse city, but with a very reasonable tuition fee when you compare to different continents, actually. And then Canada is still almost like a tailor-made program for all the students.
All right.
Yeah. Any other questions that we can field?
There's somebody who's asking, I don't know that you want to discuss the fee structure now or you want that to be contacted and discussed later.
Well, again, because of the scholarships, I think that might be better for HR position to handle that because again, they are providing some of the scholarships that is possible. But again, if you would like to check out our fees, you can go onto the website. But I guarantee you, going through Precision HR will be better because again, they have those scholarships in hand, and they want to make sure that the African students get a chance as far as making sure they get the proper education and give us a shot, right? So.
And do you support the students to apply to universities? That's from Bernard Banalule.
100% we do. So this is honestly one of the greatest things at Tai. We ensure that if they are looking to go to university, we help them process those applications into the university they want to get into. In fact, from the first day they start here at Tai, we have a guidance counselor who sets up their path. So they ask them, what is your goal? Right? Where do you want to go and what program do you want to do? And they set up all the courses they need to ensure that they get into that program. Now, of course, there are some unrealistic goals. So we actually have a plan B and a plan C for the students as well to ensure at least that they get into something realistic, right? There are dreams and there's realistic, but we make sure we address both, right? So always have that plan B.
How do you support them with homesick?
Sorry, homesick? What do you mean by can
When they want to, I want my mommy.
Oh, so homesickness. Okay, so homesick, I'll be 100% honest, right? Everyone is a little different. And it's like saying, hey, how do you talk to someone who's friendly, who's not friendly? Of course, everyone's gonna have a different level of homesickness.
I will give you a story. Most of the students in the first couple of weeks is pretty tough for them. They haven't made any friends or get to know people. But I think the more biggest scope is parents are really longing for their children. So I have to stop a mother, stop calling her daughter at 2 o'clock in the morning or call the daughter during the class time because the mother said, no, I have to talk to her. I haven't seen her. I've been seeing her since she was born, and then I want to know exactly if she eat, if she's happy or something like 7 phone call a day. So they we have to I think we have to encourage the parents, your daughter is doing okay. She's in safe environment. She makes tons of friends and then she's doing well in school, but she need your support, need your love. But if your daughter cannot answer your phone call, it doesn't mean that she's in danger. So everyone have to lay back a little bit and then learn it. They are going into a young adult now, and then from 16 to 18 is although we said it's 2 years, but it's faster than what you think. So soon but very soon you will realize your children are young adults and then they need the space, and then you guys will be friends instead of just mother and child, and then they will be acting with responsibility, and then they know what is right, what is wrong, and then at time it's important that we make sure they are safe, they are not in danger, and they're doing well in school, and then the parents should let go a little bit, relax, enjoy your time, your free time at home.
So yeah, in short, really is that we are kind of, homesickness is not something that, again, every child is going to experience it at some point, and we don't want to lie to you saying, hey, we don't have kids who don't feel homesick, but we do our best to make sure that they have extracurricular activities. We provide the support for them if they need to talk to someone. There are counselors like Ernest here and myself, if they want to talk to her, even our principal has an open door policy. So we really ensure that we want them to feel safe here and we want them to choose Tai. We don't want just the parents to choose Tai. We want the students to choose Tai. They want to be here, and that is the first step. Right. So again, if they need to talk to us, please email Precision HR, and we would love to set up a meeting. If they need us to talk to them, we would love to talk to them. Because again, nothing replaces um, experience, right? We can tell you about all the stories that we have, but again, experience is the best way to solve it. Speaking of experience, we do have a summer camp. So if they don't want to commit to a long term, there is a summer camp option. Again, please email Precision HR for the details. But it's basically a 2 weeks to try out the courses here at Tai and to kind of experience Toronto, right? So that's option is there as well.
All right. And Edwin Brenda is asking, Edwina, is there a physical office in Nairobi just to check some queries?
I'll let you
Yes,
guys answer
there
that,
is.
Joseph and
Yes,
Lorraine.
yes, there is. We're at Unipen Apartments, Block B, first floor. We are copying it on the chart. Unipen Apartments, first floor, office number 4, which is just opposite Java Hurlingham.
Okay.
Uganda, we are at plot 11, Mpanga Close, Bugolobi. Plot 11, Mpanga Close, Bugolobi. The building is called Venture Labs Africa. That's where Precision HR is housed. In case you're a parent in Uganda or in Kampala or Entebbe, just drive to our offices. You can call me or you can email info@precisionhr.co.ug and we shall respond to all your inquiries.
And just to clarify, there's a Mwangi J who is saying, what I get is there's no minimum qualification, right? Just for clarity.
Brian, you're muted.
Sorry. So there is no minimum requirement. The only thing is that we ask for them to have passed their courses to give them the equivalency, right? So what I was saying earlier is they've passed grade 11 already. They go right into grade 12 here, right? But again, if they failed some courses, then we might have to ask them to retake those courses. That's all it is. As long as they've passed in whatever educational system they have, we will take it as they've passed. And if we can give them the equivalent, we will give them the equivalency for it.
And somebody is saying, how about racism? I saw a documentary of how African students face a lot of racism.
Great question. And again, most of the documentaries that you will be seeing are coming from the US. I will 100% like tell you right now that our school, we are diversity. We are so proud of our diversity. And this is the reason why we are talking here right now. We used to have our student population about 10% coming from Africa, right? We want to exceed that number now. We really do believe in diversity and we believe in the global citizenship. And this is why we're approaching Precision HR to help us in this cause, because we really do believe that having that African representation at our school makes us stronger, right? So again, thank you, Precision HR. Oh, sorry. I do see another here. Do they offer master scholarships? Unfortunately, we don't have master scholarships because we're not a post-secondary education, right? We're a high school. So we're not a university, right? So we're just a high school.
All right. And do you support in processing visas and all that? Probably.
So we do support it. There is a fee for that, though, if we need to be the ones that are processing the visa. I'm not sure what is in place at Precision HR, but I believe they can help you with that as well. Is that correct, Joseph? Or
Yes, the school does have a provision. So when you make the application for your admission, the school will help you to process the visa. So, for example, if your child is coming for the summer camp, the school will help you to process the visa. You're only going to pay for the air ticket and the what we call the summer camp fees include the cost of accommodation, meals for 2 weeks, transportation around the Ontario area. They'll see picturesque places such as the Niagara Falls. They'll go to the CN Towers, all those places I was very privileged to visit in October, November when I was in Toronto last year. And it's really, really amazing. The country is very warm. I saw the question about racism. It's a very pleasant, warm place. People are very welcoming. You feel almost like you're back home because Toronto is very diverse. There are lots of Africans, a huge African population living in Toronto, in Mississauga, in Ontario, in Ottawa, all that Ontario area. So it's really, and also Edmonton has a huge African population, Edmonton, Alberta. So it's quite pleasant in that sense. So really, when you apply, the school will take care of the visa fees for you and provide accommodation. Once you've paid, they'll provide accommodation for you for those 2 weeks when you're in Canada for the summer camp. Otherwise, anything relating with visas is part of your application process. We'll definitely support you to do that. And the other thing I could also mention is that because the school has a huge presence and is very much recognized by the Foreign Affairs Ministry equivalent, if I may use that expression, it's faster if you apply through the school to get the visa. You'll get a study permit within no more than 3 months, as opposed to if you're applying for a visitor's visa. That could take you much, 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 much longer. But because this is a study permit, it's fast tracked. And because the applications are going through the school has it's very credible. So it's respected by the officials and they'll process the visa for you within 90 days. That's called a study permit.
Yeah, so it also saying, so one of the other things is that, again, we do have those relationships with the universities. That's why we have that 91% acceptance rate at the top 8 universities, right? So I always want to kind of call back to that. All right. Any other questions that we can field? Sorry.
Yes, as we finalize, Lorraine, you might need to type on the Q&A on somebody who's asking about the offices in Nairobi. And then when you, Priyanka is saying, when you say 10 years to, when you say year 10 to 13, you need the reports for all the exams from year 10 to 13? That is the
Just their
question.
transcript, the official transcript from grade 9, so the year 9 to year 12, right? So year 9 to year 13, whatever they've already completed from year 9 onwards, right?
All
So
right.
it
And
is
somebody,
so Grace, that would be the report. What he's calling a
Yeah.
transcript here, we call the report. So the
Sorry, my apologies.
end of semester or end of term report for
yes.
year 10, 11, and 12, or grade 11, year 10, 11, year 11, 12, and 13, if you're using the British system, or grade 11 and 12 if you're using the IB or American system. And then for the national system, S4 results, S4 leavers certificate, and then S5 results and part of S6 results as well. Even when somebody has finished S6, and in Kenya, that would be Form 3 and Form 4. All of those, they're pretty much the same age group, 16 to 18. Yes.
So you are admitting only what? From what age? What is the minimum age?
So we're actually starting to take students from 12, 13 years old at this point. Again, so we've expanded our campus because, again, our school has been doing pretty well. So we've seen the opportunity to actually include grade 7 and grade 8 instead of just grade 9. So if they want to come earlier, we would love to have them earlier as well.
All right. Mwangi is saying, sounds like a personalized program for each student. Should I be
Correct.
afraid of the costs? I have a nephew who missed university pass mark. And
So
might be
I will
interested.
be honest with you. We visited, I just coming back from Uganda and from Kenya, and we looked at some of the costing there, and I would say it's actually on par. I would say it's even cheaper than some of the schools that we actually visited. So I'll be honest, I think we're extremely competitive for the type of education that you get here and for the experience that you get. Again, if you are coming and you've already finished your O levels and you still need to take your A levels is 2 more years of school. If you come here to Tayi, you only need 8 months. 8 months to graduate, you save that entire year, and then you get to pick what university you want to go to. So it's, you save a year, you save some money. I think it's extremely competitive.
All right. And if a parent wants you to accompany the child, how does it work? That's for the summer camp, I believe.
So it's not for any of the camps. So basically, once the student has the like either the visitor visa for the summer camp or the student permit, it's a very, very simple process to just apply to kind of accompany your kid, right? So you have the maximum you can stay in Canada to accompany your kid is 6 months. So you apply for that parental visa, so you can apply for 6 months. You have to leave, and then you can come back in for another 6 months. So it's actually we've done it a few times. We've had parents actually stay with their kids for the 6 months, right? But again, you don't have to worry if if you want some alone time for yourself, you can trust us as far as making sure that we take care of your kids. So don't worry.
All right. And George is wondering, what's the contact or application from Tanzania? Ajal.
We do not yet have a representative in Tanzania, but like we've said, for all African students and parents, if you apply through info@precisionhr.co.tg, we shall send you the application form. You fill it out and send it back to us. You also attach your child's biodata page of their passport alongside their reports for the last 3 years. That's all that you need to do. As long as you're from Africa, we don't mind if you're from Kenya, Uganda. For now, we have representation in Uganda, Kenya, and Nigeria. But even if you're from Tanzania, we had a parent from Sierra Leone a few minutes ago. You will still benefit because that is all Africa. So that extension has been made available for African students and parents to take advantage of.
And how do they apply for the summer camp? And when is it? What are the dates?
Same application procedure. You just drop us that email. We'll send you the application form. You send us a biodata page of your passport. The dates, there are 10 days. You'll have to speak exactly about the date in July.
Let me fill that
Yes.
out for you if you want. So July 20th to August 2nd, and then August 3rd to August 16th. Those are the two August 17th. Those are the 2 weeks. So there are two sessions. So again, July 20th to August 2nd, and then August 3rd to August 17th. Okay. And so those are the two sessions. There are 2 weeks each.
Okay. And somebody is asking, so is it a bridge university? A bridge to university?
So yeah, so honestly, we have programs. So if people have already, for example, graduated high school and they just are hearing about our program right now, we do take those students as well, and we do have a 6-month program for them. But really, we really specialize in getting our students, right? Getting our students into post-secondary education. That is what we feel high school is about, right? You're not just taking high school to take high school. You're taking high school because you want that bridge into university or into college, and that's what we're here for. We really are that entity to make sure that your kid goes to where they want to go.
All right. And when does the schooling year begin?
Great. So this is one of the things that we break the mold, right? There is no beginning of the year. There is no end of the year. You come every 2 months, we start a new semester. That's how we break the barriers. We don't have to adapt to as far as, if you're finishing school in April, great. You can start with us on our next semester start, which would be in May or June, right? So end of May, June. So we really are trying to break that mold of here's the educational system. We do it differently. We say, hey, when are you ready to come? When do you want to take your vacation? It's up to you. Your choice, your control. And you don't fall behind. We even have students that we cater for, like as in they come to us in grade 9 and they want to get to university as soon as possible. They take the 30 months straight and they go off to university at 16, 17 years old. Right? So we do have keeners who do it as well. So again, we have all the choices because again, we believe that education should be personalized. It shouldn't just be a run of a system and this is right for everybody. Shirts don't work like that. Food doesn't work like that. Nothing works like that. Why should education be like that? Right?
All
We really
right.
want to empower you to make those choices.
Excellent, excellent. I think I just want to repeat this. The Jacinta and everyone else who's asking about the contact in Kenya. The email address is one. So even if you write to Precision HR, Lorraine will still get the contact or rather the inquiry. But if you want to visit her physically, she's shared her location somewhere. Did you say in Yaya or whatever? Kilimani?
It's in Hurlingham, just opposite the Java at Hurlingham. There's Unipen Apartments, first floor, office number 4.
So maybe type that in chat would be good, right? So that we can
Yeah.
have it. Oh, there's also one last question I wanted to answer. What's the average cost for summer camp? It's about $5,500, everything included. Again, the only thing you have to get is your plane ticket and your visa. Everything else is covered by the school. Your airport pickup, drop off, everything, right? Once you get to Canada, we take care of you. Until you get back on the plane back to Africa, we take care of you.
Excellent.
5,500 Canadian. Yeah.
5,500 Canadian dollars.
Correct.
Excellent.
Grace, if I may, if somebody in Kenya would like to write to Lorraine directly, it's fine. It's perfectly in order because Lorraine is based in Nairobi, so she can support you on the ground. Her email address is lorraine.osano@gmail.com. It's in the chat. It's LORRAINE.osano@gmail.com. Lorraine with a double R. It's in the chat. So if you want to visit Lorraine's office, you're welcome to do that. But also if you'd like to write to her directly, If you write an email to info and it's coming out of Kenya, it will be referred to Lorraine. But ultimately, we want to be able to, the reason we're using Precision HR is to be able to benefit from the scholarships that the school has extended to African students. That's the reason why.
Excellent. Your parting shot.
Okay, so why don't we just have I want to send our principal here. Okay.
Okay, so to all the mothers in Africa, if you're sending your kids to us or to any tea provider in Canada, you can send them with the recipe of jollof rice, if I am pronouncing it correctly. And then please do educate them to teach me as well, because I heard a lot about this delicious food. We are here with open arms to welcome the kids from all around the world. So send your kids to us, to me as the mother and the principal, and I will take care of your kids, okay? Thank you, everyone. See you soon.
Principal Sarah?
Yes.
Jollof rice, that would be Nigeria. So in East Africa, in Kenya, it's ugali, and in Uganda, it's matoke. So remember
I am
that.
a foodie, okay? So Joseph, so send the kids with any recipe, and then we will make sure that we will add it to the menu as well, right? So we're
Right.
talking about inclusive, like learning and fun learning. So, and with one of the traditional costumes, by the way, those beautiful, colorful costumes as well.
Thanks a great deal, Principal Sarah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Pleasure meeting you, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm getting back to the business. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Ernest.
She's got to go talk to our students again. Yes. She's always on the run. So thank you, Sarah. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Actually, if you want to look into more information about Thai, then actually you can log in TAIE on YouTube, so on Facebook and Instagram. So you will see all our daily life in Thai and some special events, some special celebration. Even our graduation ceremony was all posted on Facebook and YouTube.
And if you just want to check out our website, it's taie.ca. Okay, taie.ca. So again, if you guys want to take a look at the website, everything is there. Again, if you guys have questions, please feel free to reach out to Joseph and Lorraine. And again, here from Taie, we'd love to welcome all of you. Please come visit if you are ever in Toronto. We're also going to be coming back to make more visits. So please, if you want to meet us in person, we'll let Joseph and Lorraine know, and we'll let you guys know when we come back as well. Okay? So if you guys want to schedule some face-to-face visits, it would be great.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. I don't know whether you had anything to add, Joseph.
Thank you so much, Grace. I really want to sincerely thank Grace and Zula from Atara Solutions for always graciously hosting us on this program, on this webinar, and the team from Thai. We enjoyed your company when you're in Uganda. Brian, like you, and Ernest, we really enjoyed your time here. Lorraine, we missed you in Nairobi, but we're sure you really had a good time with the team over there. And Catherine, for helping us on sign language, and Richard, and to all our parents in Kenya, in Uganda, and the rest of Africa who were able to join us today, those in the US, those in Canada, those in other parts of the world, in Nigeria. Thank you so much. We look forward to working with you soon, to helping to chart the course of a good quality education for your child beyond the borders of our frontiers of Africa. Thank you. Over to you, Grace. Oh, Lorraine. Yeah, sorry.
Well, looking forward and ready to help you to sign up for Thai for quality education. We are at your service. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much for having us. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. And to you, our audience, then thank you for joining us as well. We really appreciate your time. And thank you, the team from Thai, and of course, my good friend Ajal. Always a pleasure. And please, if you need to contact, you have the contact details. If you want to learn more, visit the website and you will get to understand more. And of course, you can always write to them, and more details will be availed to you. So from us at Atara Solutions, thank you so much for joining us. And we are looking forward to our next live event or physical meetup. But in the meantime, we appreciate you. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Catherine Sidandi. And thank you to you, our audience, for always being here. If you're new to this webinar series, we do this every Tuesday from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, or rather past 9 o'clock. But we are here every Tuesday, and we are on a mission, or rather, we get it right with Atara Solutions, seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. And of course, good education for you means more productivity for you in the workplace. So that is why some of these conversations have to be had, because we do not want you trying to figure out and taking 2 days, or rather 9 days off, just because you cannot find good quality education for your child. So we appreciate you, and please follow us on Instagram. Our page is Atara Solutions. Like our Facebook page, Atara Solutions. Follow us, or rather connect with us on LinkedIn, Atara Solutions. And see you next week, same place, same time, as we get it right with Atara Solutions. Our YouTube channel is Get It Right with Atara Solutions, and that's where the recordings are normally uploaded. So if you're joining us for the first time, go in there. There's a lot of learning that takes place there. So thank you so much, guys, and see you next Tuesday, same place, same time, as we pick out another conversation that we help support you. And if you want to know what's coming up next, please join our WhatsApp group. And Jacinta has posted the link on the chat. Please just click that and join our WhatsApp group, and let's keep the conversation going. We are on our 5th anniversary, and we are very excited about that. So thank you, guys, and have yourselves a lovely night.